Miss Erica from the Volusia County Public Library, and I'm here to welcome you to Stream Thursdays. Today, we're going to learn all about pan flutes and then create our very own out of straws. So, what is a pan flute? Pan flutes were first used by shepherds back in ancient Greece. This musical instrument is named after a Greek mythological figure named Pan, the god of shepherds, rustic music, and hunting. Pan flutes have been used to create music for thousands of years. It has been played all around the world and has been made many appearances in century-old works of art. Pan flutes are wind instruments that are made up of tubes of various sizes that are bounded together. The tubes are mainly made out of hollow reeds, wood, or bone, but they can be made out of very many different materials, as you can see, since we're making ours out of straws today. Now, I know you're looking at me and looking at my straw pan flute and wondering, how in the world is this even going to make a sound? Well, let's jump into the science of it all. So, as we blow air across the open parts of the straw, we are creating a vibration, which then creates a sound. So the smaller the straw is, the faster that air blows through it, and the faster that vibration makes that sound, and the higher pitched sound it creates. The longer the straw, the longer it takes the air to move through the straw, the longer it takes the vibrations to move through the straw, and the lower pitched sound it creates. Want to hear the difference? Wow, that was really high compared to this one, which was a lower pitch sound, huh? All right, well, since we know what pan flutes are now and we know the science of how it actually creates sound, let's look at our supplies so that we can start making our very own. So we're going to need 8 drinking straws, a pair of scissors, some tape, a marker, and a ruler. All right, so step 1, what we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors and straw and we're going to cut the bendy part off of each of these straws. Now we want to keep these ends so that we can use them for spacers later, so don't throw them away. Now if you have a drinking straw that doesn't have a bendy part, you can just forget about this step. But if you do, make sure that you cut all of your 8 straws. Now, I've already cut all of my bendy parts off to save a little bit of time. So let's go ahead and move on to step 2. So step 2, we're going to use our straws and we're going to use the scissors, the marker, and the ruler. So we're going to take our first straw and we're just going to set that aside because we're not going to do anything with that straw. So then we're going to take our second straw and we're going to put it up against the ruler. We're going to take our marker, and as you see on the instructions that I have up, the first straw you need to mark a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to take my marker and mark a 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut that 1/2 inch off. Now you can save these pieces for spacers too if you'd like. So then the second straw, I'm going to do the same thing, but there's a different measurement. I'm going to do now 1 inch. So I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to mark 1 inch. Then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut 1 inch off. Ooh, then that one went flying. All right, and so on until all of your straws are cut to the correct size. Now to save a little bit of time, I went ahead and already cut some straws. So we're going to go ahead and move on to step number 3. So we're going to take our straws and we're going to line them up from shortest to longest. From longest to shortest, I mean. It's opposite day. Just like this. And I'm going to use my ruler to make sure it's nice and straight. All right, so now that I have it from longest to shortest, or shortest to longest, whatever way you want to look at it, it's now time to take my spacers, and I'm going to put a spacer in between each one of my straws. This will help you make music out of your musical instrument. Having the spacers gives you time to move air from one tube to the other. All right, now once you have all of your spacers in, go ahead and make sure that all of your straws are nice and lined up. All right, moving to the next step, let's grab our tape and we're going to lay tape across the straws. And then I'm going to push down a little bit to make sure that they're nice and secure. Once they're nice and secure, I can go ahead and pick it up, flip it over, and make sure that my tape is nice and secure on the other side as well. And I can use my scissors and cut off the extra tape. Ta-da! We just made our first straw pan flute. Let's see how it sounds. Whoa, that's cool. All right, so when you start to play, make sure that you hold your pan flute vertical and you blow air through the open ends of the straw, just like this. Oh wow, I'm gonna have fun with my new musical instrument. Thanks for joining me today. See you next Stream Thursday.